All right, let's just jump right in. For as long as we've had eyes to see the night sky, we've been asking this one huge question. Are we alone? Today, we're going to dig into what one of the world's top astronomers thinks the answer might be.
And you really can't talk about this stuff without starting here, with this incredible perspective from Carl Sagan. He was looking at a picture of Earth taken from billions of miles away. From way out there, our entire world, everyone who's ever lived, everything we've ever cared about, it's all on that one tiny little speck. It's a pretty humbling reminder of just how small we are, kind of floating all by ourselves in this vast cosmic dark.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? In this massive, seemingly endless universe, is this little blue dot the only place where life ever got going? So to even start answering that, we have to look back, way back. Turns out, our origin story doesn't really begin on Earth at all. It's written in the cosmos.
It sounds like something out of a poem, but it's 100% science. The very stuff you're made of, the carbon, the oxygen, all of it, was literally cooked up inside ancient stars. When those stars died in these colossal explosions, they seeded the universe with the building blocks of life. So yeah, we are, quite literally, made of stardust.
Now, what's really wild is when you look at the sheer scale of time here. The universe was doing its thing for billions of years before our little solar system even got started. And then look at us, Homo sapiens, we are so new to the scene. If the entire history of the universe were a 24-hour clock, we showed up about a minute before midnight. We just got here. Okay, so if the ingredients for life are everywhere, how do we actually go about looking for it? Well, it's all become this giant cosmic game of numbers, a hunt for other worlds out there in the dark. And astronomers have a couple of really clever tricks for this. First, they can actually see a star wobble a tiny bit when a planet's gravity is tugging on it. Or, and this one's been a huge success, they can watch for a minuscule dip in a star's brightness. It's like trying to spot a flea walking across a searchlight from miles away. That dip means a planet just passed in front of it. And by using these methods, astronomers have come up with a number that is just mind-blowing. Right here, in our own Milky Way galaxy, they estimate there are at least 1 billion planets that are about the size of Earth. Not only that, but they're in the habitable zone. That Goldilocks region where it's not too hot, not too cold, but just right for liquid water. That's 1 billion potential homes for life. Just think about that.
And this, right here, is the great paradox of it all. On one side, you have this unbelievable hope, right? 1 billion chances for life. But on the other side, you slam into the harsh reality, the absolutely colossal distances separating everything.
To really get a feel for how big that reality is, let's flip it around. Imagine some alien civilization was looking for us. The astronomer Martin Rees puts it this way. Even if they were pretty close, say 30 light years away, trying to see our little planet would be like trying to spot a single firefly buzzing next to the glare of 1 billion spotlights. It's just almost impossible.
So we always think the problem is technology, right? If we just had better telescopes or faster spaceships, we could crack this thing. But according to Rees, we're looking at the wrong problem. The real barrier, the biggest thing holding us back, it's our own squishy, fragile, biological bodies.
And this is where the whole conversation takes a sharp turn into some really mind-bending territory. What if the search for aliens isn't really about finding them, but about what we have to become?
Think about it. A trip to our nearest star neighbor would take tens of thousands of years with current tech. Our bodies, they just can't handle that. We can't handle the radiation, the decades of zero gravity, the sheer psychological toll. To actually travel between the stars, we can't stay human, not as we are now. We'd have to evolve. So you can almost see the path laid out. It would probably start with something simple, like colonies on Mars. Then, over generations, you'd have to use things like genetic engineering and cybernetics just to survive in new places. And from there, well, the final step might be to leave biology behind altogether. You'd end up with something totally new, a post-human, an inorganic intelligence, a consciousness that doesn't need to eat or breathe, a being that doesn't age and can withstand deep space for millennia. For a being like that, a 1,000-year journey would be nothing. That is the kind of life that could truly conquer the stars. And all of a sudden, this whole grand search for life out there, it stops being about out there and points right back here, right back at us and who we might be in the future. So maybe the silence in the universe isn't because we're alone.
Maybe the intelligent life out there is what biological beings like us eventually become. And perhaps the real question isn't, where are the aliens? But rather, are we at the very beginning of the long journey to become them?